guys, so today we're in my bathroom and it is probably very echoey on the video, but what can you do? I was tagged to do the makeup book tagged by Heather over at Zether Books. I will put a link to her channel in the description, and I was getting ready because I have some errands that I need to run, and I was like, I should just go ahead and film that because I was going to do my makeup today. Before I kind of start the actual tag, I do want to say that I am a big believer in you wear makeup because you want to, or you don't wear makeup because you don't want to. Basically, do what makes you comfortable. I personally like makeup a lot of the time. I don't necessarily feel like I need to wear makeup. A lot of times I don't wear makeup. You've probably noticed that in some of my videos. I don't always have makeup on. Sometimes I only have a little bit on. Sometimes I'll just put like a tiny bit on. Sometimes I go like all out and I like contour and do the lipstick and everything. It really just kind of depends on my mood and where I'm going, and I like all those versions of myself. Basically, the moral of the story is, if you want to wear makeup, that's great. If you don't, that's great. Just do what makes you happy. So I have a lot of makeup, and one of these reasons is because I get Birchbox. If you don't know what that is, it is a $10 a month subscription box where they send you samples, like beauty product samples, sometimes full-size products. And so I have quite a bit of makeup because I've been getting that for a year and a half, and I really, really love it. I think all subscribers get some kind of link or something. I don't know, but I will put more information if you're interested in checking out Birchbox down in the description. This isn't sponsored or anything. I just thought that people might want to know that that's a thing that exists, and it's really affordable, and I found out about so many different beauty products I didn't even know existed. It's not just makeup, it's like makeup, hair stuff, skin products, all kinds of different beauty products, and I really, really like it. But anyway, I'm gonna get to the video now. So the questions are in kind of a different order than what I'm going to do them in. I'm going to do them in the order that I put my makeup on, so it's gonna be a little bit mixed up. But I will put the questions down in the description if you want to do this too. So the first thing I do whenever I go to do my makeup is I put on my concealer. The concealer I normally use is Fake Up, which is by Benefit Cosmetics. They're probably my favorite cosmetic company, and I really like this one. It works pretty well. It covers up most things. Another one that I use occasionally is actually a Birchbox sample that I got, and it is BioCorrect by Well People. And this one works really well too. I don't know how well the lighting is coming up because it's in my bathroom, but I think today I'm going to go with Fake Up. So the question for concealer is pick a character you wish you could get rid of. And for that, I have chosen Eyeliner from The Heir and The Crown, which are the last two books in the Selection series. I really loved the original Selection trilogy, and I hated Eyeliner, and she kind of ruined that last bit of the series for me. And she's just a brat. She only thinks about herself. She doesn't really have a whole lot of character development throughout the series, and I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I kind of wish that she'd never been created. I would have been fine if we just had the Selection trilogy and then like the little set of novellas. That would have been fine. That would have been totally fine. This is like the most awkward video ever. So next I do my foundation, and I just use CoverGirl foundation. I use the oil control one because I have oily skin, and an ivory because I'm super white. So the question for foundation was really, really simple. It was just pick your favorite first book in a series, and I think this one's pretty obvious because Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, because Harry Potter is my favorite thing ever. And yeah, so I think that's pretty obvious. And I really do like the first book. I think it's a good setup for the series, and even though it's shorter, a lot still happens within the short time frame, since it's like only 300 something pages, I think. But a lot still happens. It's a good setup for the series, and you get introduced to the magical world of Hogwarts, and obviously since it's the first book in the Harry Potter book, it's the first time that you get to immerse yourself in JK's magical world, and there's really nothing like that. So the next one I'm going to do is powder. Again, I use CoverGirl for this, the Clean Matte powder in Ivory again. And so the question is basically very similar to the last one, which is pick your favorite last book in a series. And again, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling, because I think this is probably my favorite Harry Potter book. It's one of my favorite books in the entire world. And I had to pick it because it's Harry Potter. And also just because, like, J.K. Rowling wrapped up that series so beautifully. So many, like, small and significant things, or at least that you thought were small and insignificant, turn out to be pretty important in that last book. And it's amazing how she just really made everything connect together so well at the end. And I have a lot of Harry Potter feels, if you can't tell. So the next question I'm going to do is blush, and I actually have a pretty awesome thing for this. This is the Cheekathon palette by Benefit, and it is basically 5 full-size blushes and bronzer. This is the Hoola from Benefit, which is really popular, and I actually use it to contour. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to use some blush. And this is worth like $120 something because each of these full-size blushes is like $30 something a piece. And this kit is only $58. And the reason I bought it is because I really didn't have any blush. I had like one that I'd been using forever, and so I just decided to splurge on this because this will last me a really, really long time, and that way it also comes with the Hoola for contouring. I think today I'm kind of feeling the Dandelion one. That one's kind of my favorite one. So the question for this one is pick a book that had some cringe-worthy romance, and I don't have a physical book to hold up for this one because I don't have this book anymore. But I chose Breaking Dawn by Stephenie Meyer, which is the last book in the Twilight series. Just because, well, for one, I really don't like Edward, and some of the things that he and Bella do in that book are just really creepy. But also the whole, I don't want to give any spoilers for people who haven't read the book, but also just the whole Jacob imprinting thing really disgusted me, and just I really don't like that book. The Twilight series is one of those series where, like, as I was reading it, I was super into them, and then once I finished the series, I was like, what did I just read? And I really don't like them anymore, which is why I don't still have them. So next is highlighter, and I use High Beam, which is another Benefit cosmetic product, and I like this one a lot. I have to kind of be careful with highlighters because since my skin's oily, my skin kind of like naturally highlights, but like not in a nice looking way. But I really like the way this one looks. It's very subtle and I like it. And so the book that I picked for this one is Yes Please by Amy Poehler, just because I laughed so much during this book. I just really, really enjoyed that book. I laughed so much and I couldn't be like in a bad mood while I was reading it. And it just really brightened my day. I really enjoyed reading that book. That was my first like book by a comedian that I'd ever read, and I really, really enjoyed it. I read it towards the beginning of this year, and I recommend it if you haven't read it yet. Plus, Amy is just a really awesome person. I need a little more on this side. So there's actually a primer question, and I think this means like overall face primer, but I don't use that because the few times I've tried it, I really just didn't care for it. So I decided to save this question for my eyeshadow primer. The eyeshadow primer I use is the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish, and this is actually a sample. This sample has lasted me forever because you only use a little at a time, and I did actually buy another one of these for when I do eventually run out. But this stuff's awesome. It's a little expensive, but it works really, really well. And so the question for primer is pick a book that left a lasting impression, and for that I chose 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, just because even though it's been a couple of years since I read that book, it really did leave a lasting impression on me, and just the whole like book itself really got me thinking about like how my actions may inadvertently affect other people without me realizing it, and that it's really important to just like think about the way that your actions could affect other people in your life. And I think that's a really important lesson that we all can learn. So the next thing I'm going to do is my eyeshadow, and I have a lot of eyeshadow. I've acquired a lot of eyeshadow over the years, and I know you're supposed to throw your makeup out like after 6 months or something, but I don't do that really unless it's just really, really old because it still works. And you pay a lot of money for makeup, so I'm not gonna just throw it out. But anyway, I have a lot of eyeshadow to choose from. Lately I've been kind of into wearing more like nude colors of eyeshadow. I think today I'm gonna wear something from this like little Sephora kit that I got a while ago. It's got all these nice colors in it, and I guess that there's a little blush over here that I kind of forgotten that I got. I think I'm gonna wear this color right here today and maybe some of the like lighter ones in the corner of my eyes or something. I don't know, I'm gonna play around with it. So the question for eyeshadow is pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover. And for this I chose Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins because my favorite color is pink and I really don't have a whole lot of pink books. I think I'd actually first heard about Isla and the Happily Ever After on BookTube, kind of like in the early days when I was first discovering what BookTube was. And I was like, oh, that sounds cute, and then just kind of forgot about it. And then I saw Anna and the French Kiss in a store, and it was just that beautiful bright pink. And I was like, I need this book because it was pink. And I actually really love all of those books. I think they are just, it's a great little contemporary companion series. And if you haven't read them yet, I definitely recommend them, especially since it's summer, which most of them actually take place during the school year, but I think that they are still really great to read in the summer. So the next thing I'm going to do is my eyeliner. And you can't really see much of it because it's been sharpened, but I use the Cynthia Rowley eyeliner in black. And I like this one because I don't really like eye pencils. They're just very pokey. But this one's more kind of like, it has a crayon feel to it. And I really like this one a lot more. And I know that there are a couple of other eyeliners out there that are kind of like the crayon-y feel, but I like this one because it stays. Even before I started using eyeshadow primer, this one stays really well. And I need to sharpen it. So the question for eyeliner is pick a dark and mysterious book, and for this I definitely have to go with The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson, just because this book was so dark. Also very graphic. Don't read this if you're under the age of like 17, and even that's kind of pushing it, just because it's very, very graphic and kind of disturbing at times, but also very mysterious, because all of the books in that series are kind of like mysteries, sort of, but just kind of have that mysterious feel to them. And so I couldn't think of a better book to pick for that question. I really don't wear like a whole lot of eyeliner. I just kind of wear a little bit on my top lid. I don't think I look good with eyeliner on my lower lid. I tried that for a while in like middle school and it really just made me not look good. So I only do that like when I have to, like whenever I took dance, I had to do that. But now I just wear it on my top lid, and as you can tell, I'm not very good putting it on. It's super awkward to put on because I'm not very good at it, but that's also why I don't wear a whole lot of it. And then the next thing I do is I do my mascara, and usually I wear two kinds of mascara. Like, these are the most popular ones I wear. The first thing I do is I use They're Real Tinted Primer by Benefit. And sometimes I just wear this by itself because since it's tinted primer, if you just put it on your eyelashes by itself, it just kind of makes them stand out a little bit more without being too much and still kind of looking semi-natural. So a lot of the time, if I just feel like doing like a bare minimum amount of makeup, I'll just put this on. But it does work as a primer too. It works really well. It makes your mascara stand out a lot more. And a lot of the time I also wear the Roller Lash Mascara by Benefit. And this is a curling mascara, so it like curls your lashes, and I just think that's really, really fun. Sometimes I wear this with the primer, sometimes I wear it without. I think today I'm kind of feeling wearing it without the primer, but I did just want to talk about this because I love this product. Long book. And so for that, I decided to just kind of go with the longest book that I've read so far this year, and that's Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. And this is actually a signed copy I found at Books A Million. She signed it right there. I still really want to meet her one day though. If you watch any of my other videos, you know that I got like super duper obsessed with the Throne of Glass series in June and just like binge read the entire series. And Queen of Shadows is probably, honestly, one of my favorite books that I've read this year. There were just so many things that happened and so many plot twists that I didn't see coming, and I think that's one of the great things about Sarah J. Maas's writing is she's really good at doing that and not making you expect things. By the way, this is just where I kind of brushed my eyeshadow brush off. I don't have a bruise on my hand. Yeah, it occurred to me that you probably could see that. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for Empire of Storms, and that comes out in September. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see what the next installment is, especially after the way Queen of Shadows ended. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yep, I'm super pumped for Empire of Storms. As you can also tell, I'm not the greatest at putting on mascara. I kind of make a bit of a mess, and then I have to go around with a Q-tip and clean up around my eyes. Because I'm just really terrible at putting on makeup. I've gotten better than I used to be, but I'm still not very good at it. But I love Q-tips. They're so great for correcting my mistakes without me having to just totally start over. So the next question is eyebrows, and I don't do a whole lot to my eyebrows since I have darker hair. I don't really feel like I need to, but I do use Gimme Brow by, you guessed it, Benefit on my eyebrows a lot, just because it's kind of like a gel sort of, and the main problem I have with my eyebrows is that a lot of the time the hairs will just stick up in random places. So this keeps them in place and just adds a little bit more color. She's got this little brush thing on it. It's really handy. And the question for this is to pick a book that you think everyone should read. And I couldn't think of a better answer for this than the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling, because you can tell from this video that I love the series very much, and I still know that there are a lot of people out there that haven't read it yet. I need to get on that because they're really, really good. But also there's nothing like reading the Harry Potter series for the first time. There's something so magical about that, and I wish that I could go back and do that again, to be completely honest, because that was such a magical time. It just made a huge mess in my eyebrows. But also the thing I like about Gimme Brow is that when you get it on your skin, it comes off so easily as long as you get it while it's wet. Just adds a little bit of extra color, but it keeps them in place. Then of course the last question is lipstick. I have a lot of lipstick. A lot of these came from Birchbox actually, because a lot of the time whenever they send you lip products, they send you the full size, which is really, really awesome. I don't really know what I want to wear today. I think I'm just gonna go with one of my favorites, which is the L'Aqua & Co. Cheeky Lip. You can actually use this as a blush too, but I really prefer powder blushes. But I really like this color. This is one that I got from Birchbox, and it's just a bright pink, and it's a lot of fun. So the question for lipstick is your favorite book kiss. And I don't want to spoil anybody that hasn't read the Harry Potter series, so I'm just going to say that moment in the Chamber of Secrets towards the end of the book, because they're my favorite couple. They're my OTP forever. Putting on my lipstick. Can't really talk and do this at the same time. It's just a fun color. So that's it for this video. I don't think I'm gonna tag anybody, but if you want to do this, like I said, I will put all the questions in the description, because it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to talk about books while I put my makeup on. It's definitely different. I will see you next time with another video. Bye.